Hello, Susan here, and welcome to the International Scrapbook Day video hop. We've got a great lineup of inspiration for you today, showcasing a variety of styles. Some of the designers have giveaways to go along with the inspiration, so be sure to check out each video that I will link below. So today I'm going to be using some Ranger texture paste and Rhonda Palazzi 6x6 stencil and a Paige Evans cut file. Now this page is it's a very special page to me. It's about my brother who died in 2006, and this picture just really captures the essence of who he was. So that is what this page is going to be about. It's going to be about my dear brother. So let's get started. I'm going to be using the Cool Kid. I have a 6x6 pad, so I'm going to use that and some thickers. A few different colors of thickers for my title. But we're going to start by making a background actually behind the cut file. I thought about doing it white on white, but using the white texture paste and the white file and the white paper, I thought that, you know what, that is really going to get white, and I kind of wanted some of this stuff to pop up. So I found this nice kind of a green gray that I thought looked good with the Cool Kid set collection. So I'm going to just set this aside, and we are going to start from the bottom up. Now I'm thinking I'm going to go here with the photo. My journaling is going to go at the bottom. I typed my journaling out and then I cut strips, but I left it all together because it's so much easier to work with. And so I got that ready ahead of time. But this is just a little trick that I found is super helpful. Okay, so I want that back here. It says this is the story, so I'm going to see if I can tuck that somehow here. Kind of like that arrow. Maybe I'm not going to get that arrow. Okay, we'll go somewhere here. And we're going to get some texture paste on there. Now this is a very fine stencil, so I'm hoping that it shows through well enough. Looks like it will. Looks like it'll. Sometimes if they get too fine, it's hard to get the texture paste down in there. But it looks like this is working really nice. Alrighty, let's have a peek and see what it looks like. Oh, very nice. Yes, I like that. Pretty, pretty. Okay. And I want to do this again up here, and I think I'm going to go this way with it. I wonder how white that's going to dry, because it looks almost kind of grayish. Okay, so just kind of up in the corner there. I love using mixed media. Watercolor is another one of my favorites. And I don't know, sewing, is that a mixed media? I like sewing on my pages, and there will be sewing on this one. I'm thinking that I'm gonna sew the cut file down. This should dry fairly fast because it's so thin. You know, it's a thin layer. Okay, what do we think of that? Actually, my journaling's going on the bottom, so I want to move that up a little bit. Photo is going to go here, so then journaling will go down here. Okay. I'm going to just glue this in a couple of spots just to hold it down for this sewing, so it doesn't move on me. Okay, before I sew it, I decided that I wanted to put some stars to back some of these stars. So what I did was I just took the inside piece of the star and I used that to trace my pieces, and now I will I'm just gonna put these on, I mean not all of them, but some of them, just to get some color onto some of these stars. So I'm using some mono multi. This is my favorite glue. Okay, let's put one right there. Now I'm hoping that these are all the same size stars because I didn't really check that. So looks like they all are though. And I'm not worried too much about whether I get them glued real well, because I'm going to be sewing over these. I thought I did 3 of, you know how things look better in 3s. So I did 3 of each color. Okay, got some red to pop. And this is my daughter, who is, well, she's just finishing up her first year of college. So she's 20 now. So yeah, this was quite a while ago. My brother has been dead for 12 years. Oh, golly, can't believe it. But yeah, doing the journaling for this was actually a little bit hard for me. One of the topics that just kind of has been rolling around in the community is documenting, you know, tough stories, and this one is one of them. And so while I was doing this journaling, I shed a few tears. You know, I really miss my brother, and he was just a super neat guy, and so loving, and I don't know, he's just a great guy. You know that old saying, you know, what is it, only the good die young? Yeah, that's what I think about when I think of my brother, because he was such a gift to us. And yeah, it's puzzling, you know, to think, why is it that God would take someone who could give so much, and he was just such a good example. And you know, and then of course death always kind of makes saints of all of us, or as the saying goes. But yeah, I guess it was probably therapeutic for me to do this, and I haven't really done much scrapbooking of him, and I haven't had, you know, I don't have tons of pictures of him either, but this one was just a single picture that just kind of popped out. It didn't, I don't know, I saw it and I was like, yes, this page is going to be about my brother. Okay, so it's a little tedious. Alright, okay, now I am going to go and sew. Okay, here I put some stitching on. This looks kind of gray. It almost kind of took on the color of the paper. That's kind of interesting. But yeah, oh my gosh. Guys, when I was sewing this, going around in circles, I felt like I was going to get dizzy because I was just turning and turning and turning. I'm like, whoo, yeah. Felt a little like I'd just gotten off a merry-go-round or something. Okay. So now let's get started on putting some paper behind here. Now, I was smart this time when I cut out my stars. I went in from the edge because a lot of times, many times, I've started, you know, just tracing right up to the edge. And then I'm like, oh, I can't even use that corner. But now I can use the corner because I thought ahead of time. So, okay, use some of this. I'm just going to have a little look-see what kind of papers I might want. Oh yeah, I have a bit of this left from that other page. Ooh, that would probably look good. Ah, this brown might look good because it's like an outdoorsy page. And that's going to give the, whoop, okay, so Bob ripped the top there. But that would lend to some of, you know, just the earthiness of the pages. Well, maybe I will just work with what I got here. I did want a little bit of yellow. Oh, here's another brown. Because I was looking at this yellow, but it's too much the same pattern. Where'd it go? Where did it go? This one right here. But that's too much the same. But if I went with that brown, I could easily do that. So maybe let's take out this brown and this yellow and see what we get. So now it's which ones go where. I don't think I want that right next to it. I actually kind of like that red next to it because it really helps define that. I think that's what I'm going to do. And then my little trick here, I always cut off the tips so that when I put it behind my photo, it doesn't look like a triangle because you don't see them tips. See? Now you can't tell that it was a triangle because I squared those off. I have a little guy in my life. He is 2.5. And so, yeah, I haven't had a lot of little boy papers. My boys are adults and haven't really scrapbooked a whole lot about them in the last few years. But it's so fun. Little kids are constantly doing, you know, just crazy fun things. Alright, now I'm not sure. I kind of feel like that's okay there. You know, I'm going to put that there. I'm going to see where I'm at with my journaling. Okay, so my journaling isn't going to take up, I'm wondering how. And then my title I'm going to just do here. It's going to be Humble and Kind. Because that is truly what my brother was like. So maybe I should do that before I get this done. So now, the combination of colors and letters. Wanted to keep it colorful. I mean, this Gary was full of life, and you know, this was obviously he was living in this picture. So, and he was, yeah. So I want to keep it, yes, full of life. Okay, well, let's just go. My MO for doing titles is to use the same color for each word. But I like to challenge myself, push myself out of the box. So I went ahead and mixed up the colors for each word. And when I got done with it, I actually think I nailed it. Okay, there it is. How did that get crooked? How does that work? Really? Okay, well, it's going to stay crooked because I'm not going to go back and redo all that. But anyway, there's my title. It's a little bit more like kind of out there-ish than I was envisioning. But all in all, I kind of like it. It was a 4th of July. That's when this picture was taken. And I'm going to roll with it. I'm not, like I said, it's not the look I was going for. But it is what it is. It'll be another page documented. And you know, I haven't, like I said, done very many pages of my brother. And so I'm going to be happy with what I actually do. All right. So the back. It's another little trick that I like. Rather than individually gluing all these, this is you know what, I don't even know what this, Hermafix, that's what this is. And it's a little bit repositionable if you, at first. So I am just going to go along these. So now, isn't this just a lot easier than if these were all individual? I'm not going from end to end. I'll catch them. They'll all have enough sticky on there to stick on the page. Okay. I think that looks good. A little bit on there. Okay. So now so it doesn't stick too bad onto my mat. Okay, let's go with this first line. All right. Now, do I center underneath the photo or underneath the page? What do you guys think? So here we go. First one. Okay, journaling reads. You want me to read it to you while I'm sticking it on? I know death tends to help us forget a person's imperfections and faults, but my brother Gary really was an unusually beautiful person in life. He had a gift of making you feel like you were the only person who mattered to him at that moment. He really did. He always had time for kids, and they absolutely loved him. He had so much patience. I remember many times he took time with my kids and other kids to help them do something that they were struggling with, or just to show them something interesting. I remember hours he spent on the ski slopes helping all of the kids. My boys, they were quite, like, I don't know, 13, 14 at the time, hadn't, really been skiing much, but Gary helped every one of them kids constantly get up, when they would fall down, he would help them get up. Okay, this is kind of odd. This is just a little bit, that's kind of the end of that sentence. So I'm going to stick it there. If it looks weird, I guess I can always move it, can't I? Okay. Anyway, I don't think he actually got to ski much that day. But he did love the outdoors and would share with the kids things he had found that he thought were interesting. Whether it was a bird, a bug, a nest, or a dead animal. And he just had this fascination with nature that he was able to impart on the kids. It was really Really awesome. So at a 4th of July family get together, I snapped this photo of Gary and some of the kids. This picture so accurately captures who Gary was. Taking time for someone and giving them a bit of him with no distractions. That he was playing with kids when he died was just simply his way of living. He died in a moment of living and loving life. I miss you, Gary, my humble and kind little brother. All right, my daughter's home. I'm going to take a break and come back. Right, my daughter came home, and so I went and said hello to her, and now I'm back to finish this up. Okay, I took a couple of these out of this little cut apart, and I'm going to see about popping them on this corner. So, let me see. I want to cover up all of my cool media, mixed media that I did. So, something like this is I'm gonna have to be raised a little bit because of all the layers of the paper are raised. So, thinking maybe something like so. Seriously, I mean, how long can it really take to put on 3 little pieces of paper? This took so long that I had to like edit it, fast forward it, speed it up like 7 times because it was just so boring to watch. Ugh, the struggle is seriously real. I think I'm going to put a little bit of gold stitching around the edge, and then I think this one just might be a wrap. Alright, here it is with the stitching around the edges. And I'm just going to put the date. Alrighty, there it is. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you find other inspiration on the other gals' videos. Hope you guys have a lot of fun, and take care. We will see you again with more art goodness.